Hello everyone! Welcome to PST Channel. Game story, movie style, for your busy days. Today, we delve into the shadows of Raguna to uncover the secrets of one of its most powerful and mysterious organizations, the Order of the Deep. Wait, how deep is it? Huh? We'll explore their iron grip on the city, the absolute authority of their leader, Primus Fenrico, and the tragic sacrifices made in the name of faith and control. Let's unravel the truth behind the Order.
申し訳ございません。ですが、これも他のお客様の安全のため。
The Order of the Deep, often referred to simply as the Order, is a powerful religious and political organization rooted in the heart of Raguna, a flourishing port city located in the southern part of Renacida. Raguna may appear prosperous on the surface, but beneath its shining harbor and towering spires lies a society tightly gripped by doctrine and surveillance. The people of Raguna, known as the Ragunacy, have long held deep reverence for the Sentinel, a divine figure they believe watches over them. The Order has taken advantage of this unwavering faith, proclaiming themselves the divine envoys of the Sentinel Imperator. Through this claim, they gained absolute authority over the people, ruling with both Holy Scripture and iron law. The Order oversees all aspects of city life, from government administration to the management of technology, particularly the use of echoes, which they refer to as sacred gifts bestowed upon humanity by the Sentinel. These echoes serve a wide variety of functions, from daily labor to ritual ceremonies. Yet, their access is tightly controlled. Only echoes approved by the Order are allowed for public use. These include the Genesis Nexus and Common Echoes. Anything beyond these is considered a reserved echo, forbidden and hidden from public knowledge. The reason? Control. All echoes in Raguna are stored in a massive centralized databank overseen by the Order. Terminals that allow echo access are only distributed to individuals who undergo thorough screening and are deemed worthy. These limited access terminals are known as reserved terminals. This policy is so strict that even visitors like Rover, upon arriving in Raguna, are denied immediate entry due to not possessing an authorized terminal. Through this control, the Order isolates the Ragunesi from knowledge of echoes beyond what they approve, ensuring blind faith and dependency. At the helm of this monolithic organization stands the Primus, the supreme leader of the Order. The first Primus, Napoli, was a respected figure who helped shape the early foundations of the Order. But after his passing, the direction of the Order began to shift dramatically. The current Primus, Fenrico, has declared something no leader before him ever dared, that he is the Enlightened One, the chosen resonator of the Sentinel Imperator. By doing so, he placed himself not just as a political leader, but as a living vessel of divine will. Beneath Fenrico, the hierarchy branches into two main groups, the priests and the acolytes. The priests serve under the Primus and carry out sacred rituals. Public sermons, and administrative duties. The acolytes are initiates, devoting their lives to the study of the sacred codex, the Order's religious scripture, which teaches the three core pillars of faith: survival, ascension, and unity. Their role is to spread these teachings among the people and reinforce loyalty to the Order. But while the codex preaches unity, the actions of the Order tell a different story. Those who defy their doctrine or question their authority are swiftly punished, not only by law, but through spiritual condemnation. Civil disputes are handled by the Order Tribunal, a secular court that resolves conflict among citizens. But those who oppose the teachings of the Sentinel, or simply hold beliefs deemed heretical, are judged by the Order Penitentiary, the religious court that exists to trial the so-called faithless. The punishment for guilt? Exile, under the pretense of salvation. Those branded as heretics, or fools, are placed aboard ships and sent off on what the Order calls the Pilgrim's Sail, an act they claim is a chance for redemption. But in reality, these vessels are cast adrift toward a cursed island known as Penit's End, a place infested with tacit discords, unstable beings born out of corruptive frequencies. Few ever return. The journey is, in truth, a slow execution. The punishment spares no one. Even children have been sent away. One tragic case is that of Rochia, who, as a young girl, was exiled for reasons never fully disclosed. She was saved only because she was rescued by Pero, a rare act of mercy in a city built on silence. But there is another story, one deeply tied to the roots of rebellion in Raguna, the story of Chikona and her family. It all began when a mysterious figure, Cristoforo, revealed to a secret circle of poets known as the Golden Anthem the hidden truth about the Sentinel, the true form of the Imperator. A vision so profound, it shattered their faith in the Order's official doctrine. Moved by this revelation, these poets vowed to become the Knights of Raguna, protectors of a new truth. Among them was the Toccata family, to which Chikona belonged. Soon, the Order took notice. To protect them, or perhaps bind them, the Order gave Chikona's father a key to a private study. Inside lay ancient documents and forbidden writings that, if revealed, could have destroyed the Order's grip on the city. Though the knowledge was dangerous, Chikona's father accepted the key without hesitation. It was both a gift and a burden, a beacon of hope and a mark of inevitable persecution. One by one, the poets and Chikona's family were branded blasphemers. They were rounded up and sent away on the Pilgrim's sail, shipped with barely enough food or water to sustain their passengers, condemned to a frozen journey toward an uncertain death. The fire that consumed one such ship was no accident. Facing cold and despair, the poets, knowing their end was near, set their own cabin ablaze, choosing to forge a final burning testament to their cause. Their last words echoed a dream, a Raguna where poets and people could sing freely, unshackled by fear or lies. But the Order was determined to erase their legacy. They salvaged what they could from the wreckage, burying truths and scattering suspicion. Before her family was lost, Chikona's father entrusted her with the key, telling her, "Do not see this as a burden, my child. True courage is not hiding in the heart. It is raising a torch like the sun to light the way for others. Only such courage can rid me of the cowardice I showed you and your mother. Never forget, you are a Toccata." That was the last time Chikona saw her father. Years later, as a wandering bard and poet, she carried the melodies of the past, songs woven from the truths her family and the Golden Anthem discovered. But the Order would not tolerate even the faintest spark of rebellion. For Chikona, banishment came swiftly. Her family's crime was the same as the Golden Anthem's: blasphemy. Though small and powerless compared to the great houses like the Vesalias or the Montellis, the Toccata family's resolve to preserve truth made them a threat. Perhaps if her father had surrendered the key and the legacy to the Order, they might have survived. But Chikona knows better. When facing the Order of the Deep and their false divinity, fate is no longer yours to command. Now, with the truth rising once more, Chikona stands ready, knowing the price she and her family paid, and the danger that still looms for anyone daring to reveal what lies beneath Raguna's shining surface. But the darkness within the Order runs even deeper. In the past, they imprisoned artists and researchers, forcing them to work without rest under the guise of national service. They ordered the powerful Montelli family to construct underground vaults to detain these individuals. But the Montellis, feigning loyalty, secretly built safe havens instead. These underground spaces became homes for the forgotten, giving them a peaceful place to live out their final years in dignity. This piece of hidden history is revealed during the quest Silent as a Fallen Leaf. So, how did the Order become so twisted? No one knows for certain, but many believe the turning point came after the death of Napoli, the first Primus. Without his guidance, the organization's spiritual focus began to decay, slowly replaced by a hunger for control and a fear of losing influence. This desperation led the Order to commit even more sinister acts. In the events of Story Quest 2.0, it's revealed that the Order has been lying to the public, continuing to claim divine connection with the Sentinel Imperator, despite the connection being severed for over a decade. Furthermore, they attempted to manipulate public perception by using the chaos caused by the rebel group, the Fraxtus. Rather than stopping the attacks, they allowed the violence to continue, hoping to appear as heroes in the eyes of the people and restore lost faith in their leadership. The Order of the Deep, once a symbol of divine guidance, has become a corrupted institution built on lies, manipulation, and fear. But is that truly the whole truth? Following the events after Main Story 2.5 in the Deep Sea Survey Quest, a plan was made to investigate the Fabricatorium of the Deep, a secret underwater facility responsible for the creation and management of echoes, beings formed from frequency energy. Inside this place, echoes are broken down and recycled to create new ones. However, it was discovered that the Order had been conducting secret experiments to control the consciousness of echoes, turning them into mere tools to consolidate their power. This manipulation conflicted with the original faith and caused instability among the echoes. After a rare private meeting between the Montelli and Visalia families and the Order, the incident was deliberately kept from the public to prevent panic. Rover, the only person to have previously survived the trip to the Fabricatorium unscathed, was chosen to lead a thorough new investigation. During this investigation, a troubling truth about Primus Fenrico came to light. Fenrico, a once faithful leader of the Order, fell victim to the corrupting influence of the Dark Tide, a malevolent force threatening to consume Ragusa. Despite being overwhelmed and mentally eroded by this darkness, Fenrico made a profound sacrifice. He used the last of his sanity and strength to record fragments of the truth and tirelessly worked to stop the spread of the Dark Tide, even though it meant bearing the heavy burden of being its harbinger. His selfless actions delayed the catastrophe and bought precious time for the city, but ultimately cost him his peace of mind and fractured his spirit. At the end of the Main Story 2.5 quest, Fenrico used his remaining power to seal the Dark Tide, and then passed on the clues he had uncovered to Rover. The Fabricatorium's operations depend on a delicate melody of frequencies, and altering this melody is the key to controlling or restoring balance. The Order recognizes the need for change to secure a better future for Ragusa, but who will lead that transformation remains uncertain. Who is Fenrico? Fenrico is a central figure in Ragusa, serving as the Primus of the Order of the Deep and the self-proclaimed resonator of Sentinel Imperator. He is essentially the de facto ruler of Ragusa, holding this position for the past 2 decades. Physically, Fenrico is a tall and slim middle-aged man with slicked-back white hair and light blue eyes. A distinctive feature is a piece of a golden-yellow realistic mask that covers part of his left face. His attire consists of a long white cloak with a golden-yellow collar and triangular dark brown stripes, secured by a dark brown rope with golden-yellow designs. Underneath, he wears a dark gray skirt, white shoes accented with the golden-yellow stripe, and a navy blue bracelet on his right arm. A long navy blue cape printed with golden yellow drawings flows behind him, and a golden yellow metallic halo floats behind his back. Before rising to power, Fenrico was a student at the Order Seminary, where he became known for speaking passionately about an ideal world. However, after becoming Primus, his demeanor changed noticeably. His former classmates described him as being shrouded by a strange shadow. Under Fenrico's rule, the Order shifted drastically. He imposed a strict vision of unity on Ragusa, discontinuing cultural events like the Pilgrim's Sale and heavily restricting the Carnival performances. 10 years into his leadership, he secretly sabotaged the Carnival, declaring its tragedy as divine punishment. He reinstated the Pilgrim's Sale as a form of harsh punishment for dissenters, emphasizing that the power of punishment and indoctrination belonged to the Sentinel. Fenrico's former classmates, who opposed these changes, were imprisoned or worse. One former classmate was sentenced by the Order Penitentiary and was lost at sea during exile, a fate Fenrico himself narrowly avoided. According to Fenrico's own account, during a pivotal moment known as the martyrdom of the Blessed Maiden to the Dark Tide, he uncovered a dark truth. Flirties, a trusted figure, was actually the resonator of the Thernotian, a destructive force. Swearing himself to silence to protect the people from despair, Fenrico accepted the divinity's blessing and gained a new authority to combat the aftermath of the Dark Tide, becoming the new Enlightened One. Despite this, Fenrico was eventually overwhelmed by the corrupting influence of the Dark Tide itself, a malevolent force threatening to consume Raguna. With his mind fractured and sanity slipping, Fenrico made the ultimate sacrifice by using the last of his strength to seal the Dark Tide and record crucial truths for the future. His actions delayed catastrophe and bought the city precious time, but at the cost of his peace and spirit. Fenrico's legacy is thus one both of tragedy and sacrifice. A leader who rose with great ideals, but was forced into harsh decisions to save Raguna from darkness, even if it meant becoming a bearer of burdens few could understand. Central to his efforts was the lantern he carried, not merely a tool, but a symbol imbued with the Sentinel's power. This lantern served as a beacon of hope and faith, illuminating the path for those who sought unity against the encroaching darkness. It was said to carry the strength of Napoleon II, who once repelled the Dark Tide, and through Fenrico's will, it became a guiding light to rally the people and stabilize their fractured world. Yet, even with such power, Fenrico knew faith alone could not prevent the coming storm. So, with the last of his resolve, he left behind not only this lantern, but also messages and warnings, remnants of his wisdom for those who would come after him. His sacrifice, though tragic, was a crucial shield, buying time for Raguna to stand strong. In the end, Fenrico's story is a solemn reminder that sometimes the greatest heroes are those who carry the heaviest burdens in silence, illuminating the way for others, even as they fade into the shadows themselves. And so, the story of Fenrico and the Order of the Deep is one of noble intentions, twisted by fear and a desperate hunger for control, accumulating in a silent, tragic sacrifice. It's a complex tale of faith, corruption, and the burdens of leadership. What part of Wuthering Waves lore are you most interested in exploring next? Let us know in the comments below. Your support means the world to me. See you next time!